How's everybody doing? My name's Mike and this is Hawkeye. Today I want to show you guys something very important. We're going to talk about how to properly hold a leash just like this. You want to have a leash with just enough length so that if the dog tries to put his nose to the ground, he'll actually correct himself with the collar. And there's a specific way to hold the leash. Sit. No, sit. There's a specific way to hold the leash. No, sit. So he's got to maintain a sit for me while I'm explaining this to you guys. So this loop right here, this is not meant for your hand. You never grab this and do this. Never do this. This is not how you hold a dog leash. This is meant for your thumb. Okay, this is for your thumb. That's so you can grip it properly, and if the dog takes off, you have a good grip, and this is able to, in case of an emergency, you can get this off your thumb. You're not attached to the leash. This is a big dog. He could drag you in the street or something like that. You would want to have the ability to let go. You would never want to have this all wrapped up around you. So first thing is that is for your thumb. Then the next thing we do to get the leash right is you have your thumb through the hoop. Then you're going to take the extra slack of the leash and put it on your thumb just like that. Okay, so your thumb goes through the hoop, all the extra slack gets looped over your thumb, and this is where you measure up the leash to where you want it. So I want it right there. And so now if you just grip everything in your hand right there, the leash is actually locked. The leash is not going to give them more or less at this time. So this is why we do this. So it's going to stay at that length. Then you just take this extra bit of leash and stick the rest in your hand, and now you have a nice way to hold the leash. And the thing to do is you want to actually practice that. You should be able to let go of the leash and then easily be able to put the leash back together super quick. You know, so you want to practice this over and over again. Sit. So again, the loop goes on your thumb. Then you take the rest of the slack, goes over the thumb. And I measure the distance that I want, and then I take the extra slack and put it in my hand. And now you have a nice way to hold the leash. Heel. Sit. So now I can properly correct the dog if he does something. Heel. If he does something, sit. If he does something that I don't want him to do, and he has just enough leash that he can heel with me, and he can't go sniff the ground or try to go off to the side or get in front of me. So you want to be able to hold the leash like this, so you have a nice way to hold the leash. The dog's going to feel secure and that you know what you're doing. And again, this is something you want to practice, so that if I let the dog out, if I let the line out for whatever reason, that I can just come right back into it, no problem. Okay, so you want to practice that so you can let the line out and then you can get right back into it, no problem. You see how that takes me about 2 seconds. If I let it go, it's not a problem for me to put it right back where I want it, right? So that's something you want to practice. And that's how your dog's going to feel good that you got him in the right position, that he's not allowed to go to the ground or do any nonsense when you have your dog heeling with you.